Let's talk about the investigation report itself. The purpose of the investigation report is to clearly and concisely convey the results of the investigation in a manner that will help the reader understand what happened. That is, the accident description and the order in which the event actually took place. Why it happened, those would include the causal factors, and what can be done to prevent a recurrence, that is the judgment of need. So the purpose of the investigation report is to clearly present this to those that are going to make decisions as far as the recommendations towards ensuring that a recurrence does not occur is concerned. The investigation report constitutes an accurate and objective record of the accident and provides complete and accurate details and explicit statements of the investigation process, facts pertaining to the accident, analytical methods used and their results, conclusions of the investigators including the causal factors of the accident, judgments of need for corrective actions to prevent recurrence of the accident also. There are a number of useful strategies for drafting the investigation report, and they include things like establishing clear responsibilities for writing each section of the report if the investigation was done by a team, establish deadlines for writing quality review and production, also endeavor to use an established format, also use a single point of contact such as the administrative coordinator to control all electronic versions of the report including editing input, and to coordinate overall report production. Also endeavor to start writing as soon as possible. Write the facts as bulleted statements as they are documented. Write the accident chronology as soon as possible to minimize the potential for forgetting the events and to save time when generating the first draft of your report. Also, if there are multiple investigators, ensure you share information with other investigators and also plan for several revisions. There are a number of other ideas that can help you generate good reports, but these are some of them. Generally, the final report should consist of the following elements: a disclaimer, table of contents including lists of exhibits, figures, and tables, a glossary of technical terms and acronyms if necessary. Of course, there should be an executive summary, the introduction, facts and the analysis, as well as conclusions and recommendations. Once the report has been submitted, of course, with the conclusions and the recommendations, then it becomes the responsibility of management to act on the recommendations and the accident investigation report. The Health and Safety Committee, if there is one, can monitor the progress of these actions to ensure that they are implemented. In this regard, follow-up actions would include responding to the recommendations in the report by explaining what can and cannot be done and why or why not, developing a timetable for corrective action, monitoring that the scheduled actions have been completed, checking the conditions of injured workers, informing and training other workers at risk, and reorienting workers on their return to work.